Yeah, your everyday activities exposes these bums. Every day, real life activity exposes all these jealous content bums. That's all they is. Wait, yo, it's a waste of time talking boxing on the internet when you dealing with jealous internet bums, jealous fan bums. No motion, right? So I'm switching it up on them. I'm not wasting my energy. You see, the content is popping right now. Yeah, these guys are internet, motionless, jealous, fan zone, content, bums. Real talk. Grown men bums. Motherfuckers sit on the internet all day, every day, right? Motionless. Jealous content bums, man. That's why, listen, when you're a jealous person in life, right? You just, that's all you have going on is jealousy, right? And then you call yourself being a fan or something. You ain't a fan. Yo, you a jealous man? You a jealous woman? You don't got shit going on. You don't got shit going on. That's why I've been falling back. Like, I just stay out the way now. How is the content looking now? The NBA Finals, the Knicks. I'm still riding with my Knicks. I'm riding with my Knicks right now. Yo, the Knicks could still do something. How's the content looking now, though, y'all? No jealous fan zone over here, man. The boxing community, right? That shit is like, it's too many jealous fans, right? And the thing that's said about boxing, it's an individual sport, right? Because, you know, you're going to have sports debates, basketball, football, baseball, shit like that. But those are team sports, right? Yo, boxing is an individual sport. You have a team and shit. But when they get in there to mix it up, they mixing it up individually. And the fan, like, yo, I'm gonna tell you something, real talk. This fight week right here exposed all of these guys that's on this card, man. A lot of them, their fan bases is jealous fan zone. That's why they're fighting where they're fighting at. They're not fighting in front of no crowd, man. They're not. I wasn't even gonna do no content on it, man, because I don't have to. The narratives about Devin Haney and T.O. and all these guys being these big attractions, that shit is over with, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. If they was really as big as they said they was, this shit wouldn't be a circus. It's a circus, bro. They're fighting in the middle of Times Square, man. Yeah, yo, Madison Square Garden is walking distance down the block, 34th Street. These guys are supposed to be superstars, man. Yo, if they were superstars, they could have packed that spot out. They could have fought at the Hula Theater. They're not fighting it there. They could have fought at SUNY Hall. Yo, SUNY Hall is in the middle of Times Square. Yo, they're fighting outside, man. The jig is up, man. You know why? Because when you look at Devin Haney's fan base on this internet, YouTube especially, bunch of hating ass niggas, man. It's a bunch of hating ass niggas. Yo, Teofimo already proved that he don't got a real hardcore fan base. That's why he was mad, because they didn't want him to fight in the Garden because they said he don't sell tickets, right? Ryan Garcia, yeah, he got an internet, social media following and all that. But when they fought at the Barclays Center, they really didn't sell. See, these are the three big guys on this card, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors. That's because when you think about the narratives that are pushed on these fighters and where it comes from, YouTube boxing, no motion boxing, what I like to call YouTube boxing, it is what it is, man. Like yesterday, they had the grand arrivals, right? I think they had the grand arrivals. That was at SUNY Hall, right? They should have had the fights there. If you couldn't get the Garden, right? If you couldn't get the Garden or the Hula Theater, you should have had the fights there. But you know why they're not having it? Because, yo, contrary to what, it's talked about on this internet with these dudes that don't do nothing in boxing, them niggas don't sell tickets, man. Look, they not who you think they is, man. And the people that talk about them don't come out and support them. All these dudes that sit on the BFs, the KOs, and all these dudes, they don't come out to fights. And their audience that listens to them don't come out to fights. You know why? Because they're listening to fight parties. They're sitting online. They're jealous fan zone. They're like the garbage side of boxing. They're like them dudes over there that sit around, get drunk and high, and wanna organize a live stream. They're like them. They're not going to fights, man. They're not spending no money. Look. They're not spending. Look, they crash out over this right here. Yeah, they crash out. Somebody will get them a $5. What's the name? They'll crash out over this, sitting online for hours, for $5. A super chat that they won't even receive until the end of the month, and it gets taxed. Man. But yo, that's all I got for y'all. I just dropped a little video. Yo, CW, check that video I just dropped. A little short, you know what I'm saying? Getting to the motion out here, man. I didn't do nothing right there, man. It was the end of the day. But I did about 250 push-ups already, man. I be getting my sets in, man. Nah, man, 10, 20, 30, depending on how I'm feeling. But I did about 250 already, man. I'm 250 in. Shoulder touches. Basic movement, man. But this is the Source Experience. The news. By Shy News. You do have options. How is the content looking now? Merchandise available. Seymour's, Strain, mentorship programs, man. Shout out to Miss Johnson, man. If you are serious about trying to do stuff in media and marketing, lock in now. The prices is $500 though. It went up, man. After I seen Miss Johnson's work and she was she took the program, right? She just covered that Muscle Evans fight. The mentorship program is $500, man. Payment plans are available, man. Holla at me, man. Connected. I'm tied in, man. My network is real. Later for what these clowns is talking about on the internet. My network is real. You see how I marketed her work with Muscle Evans. She just covered a fight. I'll put her catalog up against any of these guys that sit online and talk boxing. Shout out to Hit the Streets Johnson down there in Greensboro, North Carolina. She just killed it. Covered an event, man. Yeah, send that cheese. You know the vibes. Tell them, CW. Hit the Cash App. Shy News Shy. Send that cheese, man. Mr. 10%, man. Yo, listen, don't wait. I'm telling you, it's not going to stay 10% forever, man. Yo, the only reason it's 10% now is because, like I said, I'm a young exec. The more growth, right? That's why I said that the average manager or representative is charging you from 20 to 30%. I'm at 10%. Better lock in with me now and get grandfathered in, right? Because that's one thing I'm going to do. If we get down together now, I'll grandfather you in. I'll lock you in. I'm not going to do you like that, man. Because eventually it's going to be 15 to 20%, man. It is what it is. I'm growing. The more stats I get, the more accomplished I become, the higher my numbers go up, man. But hey, what do I know? How is the content looking now? You know, you do have what? Options. I holla.